Are you ready? You keep saying you want success. You keep saying you want to be great. But the question is, are you ready? Because success don't come to the one who wants it. It comes to the one who's ready to fight for it. You say you're tired, good. That means you're doing something. You say life's hard, good. That means you're in the ring. But don't you dare quit. Don't you dare let up. The dream you have is real. But it's not gonna come wrapped in comfort, it's gonna come wrapped in work. Everybody wants to shine, but nobody wants to sweat. Everybody wants the throne, but nobody wants the training. You want next level? Then give next level effort. You want results? Then show up on days you don't feel like it. You want your name remembered? Then leave everything on the field every day. Stop waiting. Stop wishing. Start moving. Start becoming. Because when the lights come on and the moment is here, it's too late to prepare. The only question left is, are you ready? You say you want it. I hear you. You're dreaming about it. You're talking about it. You're telling people this is your year, your time, your moment. You're posting about it, putting quotes on your story, writing it in your journal, speaking it into existence, and that's all good. But let me ask you something real. What are you doing? Because it's not about what you say you want. Everybody wants something. Wanting is cheap. Everybody wants success until it's time to prepare for it. See, desire, that feeling deep down, that says I need more. I deserve better. I can be greater. That's a spark. But preparation is the grind that turns that spark into a fire. Preparation is waking up before the sun and going after it when no one's watching. Preparation is studying when it's boring. It's training when your body is sore. It's practicing when you're already tired. Desire will get you out of bed once. Preparation will keep you up night after night, building, sweating, pushing, learning. Because desire without action is just a fantasy. It's a wish. And let me tell you something. This world doesn't reward wishes, it rewards work. You want to be the best, prepare like the best. I've seen it over and over again. The people who rise to the top aren't always the most talented, the most gifted, or the most lucky. They're the ones lucky. They're the ones who prepared when no one else did. They're the ones who did the hard things daily. They showed up when others didn't feel like it. They practiced the speech 10 times when everyone else stopped at 2. They stayed on the treadmill 5 minutes longer, ran the extra lap, read the extra chapter. You think the championship was won on game day? No, the championship was won in the dark, in the early morning, in the lonely workouts, in the hours no one will ever see. You think people just get lucky? Nah, people get prepared. And when opportunity shows up, they don't need luck. They just step up and deliver. You say you're ready for more. Then where's your schedule? Where's your routine? Where's your routine? Where's your grind? Where's the proof? Don't tell me you're hungry and then sleep till noon. Don't tell me you're serious and you're still making excuses. You say you're built for greatness, then train like it. You say you want to be successful, then organize your life around that goal. Cut the distractions, cut the drama, cut the noise. You can't ask for elite results with average effort. Listen, success is not a mystery. It's not hiding. It's waiting for the person who takes preparation seriously. You think you'll rise to the occasion? No, you fall to your level of preparation. So if your prep is sloppy, your performance will be sloppy. If your prep is weak, your results will be weak. But if your preparation is relentless, then when life tests you, you pass with flying colors. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. It's hard. It's uncomfortable. It's boring. I get it. But guess what? So is failure. So is regret. And it's not just physical pain. I'm talking emotional pain too. The pain of cutting off toxic people. The pain of walking alone. The pain of failing and trying again. The pain of being misunderstood. That pain, that's the stretch. That's life testing your capacity. That's the universe asking, can I trust you with more? And if you fold every time it hurts, you're not ready. I hear people say, I want to grow, or I want to be a beast. I want to be unstoppable. But the moment it burns, they pull back. Listen to me. The burn is the birthplace of breakthrough. You don't become unstoppable by avoiding discomfort. You become unstoppable by leaning into it. You become powerful when you start telling yourself, this pain isn't killing me, it's building me. You stop reacting and start responding. The pain you feel today is the strength you use tomorrow. Ask any athlete, Ask any entrepreneur, ask anybody who's achieved something real. They'll tell you it wasn't the easy days that built it. It was the hard ones. It wasn't when everything went right. It was when everything went wrong. It was when everything went wrong and they didn't stop. It was when they kept going through the storm, through the heartbreak, through the exhaustion, through the tears. That's when the shift happened. That's when the real power was unlocked. Pain is a signal that change is happening. If you're sore, it means the muscle is breaking so it can rebuild stronger. If your mind is stretched, it means you're learning something new. If your habits are hurting, it means your old lifestyle is dying and something better is trying to take its place. So don't resent the pain, respect it. It's not your enemy. It's your invitation to evolve. But here's the key. Don't just feel the pain. Fight through it. You've got to push. You've got to keep showing up. You've got to keep trusting the process even when the process is rough. You can't let temporary pain rob you of permanent progress. You can't let one bad day make you throw away the whole journey. You can't let a little discomfort send you running back to what broke you. You weren't created to quit. You were built to break limits. You were built to take pressure and still perform. You were built to be stretched and still show up. Stop thinking pain is a sign to stop. It's the sign to go harder. It's the sign that you're in it. It means you stepped into something real because comfort never changed anybody. Comfort never forged champions. Comfort never built legacy. So every time it hurts, every time it burns, every time you feel that mental or emotional weight, don't pull back. Press forward. Every time your body screams, I'm done, give one more. Every time your mind says, this is too much, remind it who you are. You are not average. You are not soft. You are not made to break. You are made to break through. You don't run from pain. You use it. You don't fear the fire. You walk through it. And when it's all said and done, and they ask how you made it, how you became who you are, you'll look them in the eyes and say, I didn't give up when it hurt. I kept going. That pain, that was my teacher. That was my training ground. That pain made me unstoppable. You keep waiting to feel like it. You keep waiting for the motivation to show up. You keep saying, I'll do it when I'm ready, when I feel it, when I feel it, when I'm in the mood. And that's exactly why, boy, you're not where you want to be, because motivation is weak. Motivation is like a spark. It flares up for a moment and then it's gone. Motivation can get you started, but it can't carry you through. It's too emotional, too unpredictable, too fragile. You know what wins? Discipline. Discipline shows up whether you feel like it or not. Motivation is convenient. Discipline is committed. Motivation is loud. Discipline is silent. Motivation shows up on day one. Discipline shows up on day 1,000, and that's the difference. Everybody's motivated in the beginning. Everybody's excited when it's new. Everybody posts their goals, talks about their grind, shares their plans. But when that alarm goes off at 5 a.m. on day 27, when your body is sore, your mind is tired, and nobody's cheering you on, that's when motivation is nowhere to be found. That's when only discipline will answer. Discipline is a decision you make every single day to keep showing up, to keep pushing, to keep working, no matter what. You don't need music. You don't need a quote. You don't need somebody hyping you up. You build into who you are. It's a part of your DNA now. You get up and grind because it's what you do, because you made a commitment to yourself, because you promise yourself you'll be better, and you don't break promises to yourself. You want to know why the greats are the greats? They're the greats. It's not because they're motivated all the time. It's because they're disciplined all the time. The greatest athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, the people who built something real. They didn't do it on feeling. They did it on habit. They did it on discipline. You keep saying you want to be successful. You keep saying you want to break generational curses, change your life, do something big. But your actions are still tied to your feelings. You let how you feel decide how you move. That's not how greatness works. If you only work when you're inspired, you'll never get it. If you only grind when it's convenient, you'll always stay stuck, because life isn't going to wait until you feel amazing. Life doesn't care about your vibe. It cares about your choices. There are days you're not going to feel like it. Days you're going to be tired. Days you're going to be tired. Days you're going to feel empty. But if you build discipline, you'll still show up. That's what makes you different. That's what separates you. That's what makes you elite. You elite. You don't let your feelings dictate your future. You let your purpose do that. I don't care how motivated you are today. I want to know who you are when it's cold, when it's quiet, when nobody's texting you a good job, when there's no money coming in, when you're behind schedule, behind on sleep, and full of doubt. Do you still show up? Because discipline says, yes. Discipline says, oh, we do it anyway. Discipline says, I made a decision. And I'm not breaking it just because I don't feel good. That's power. That's mental strength. That's what separates the talkers from the doers. Everybody talks a big game. Everybody has a dream. Only the disciplined execute. Only the disciplined take the steps even when it hurts. Only the disciplined wake up every single day and take one more swing at it because they're not driven by mood. They're driven by mission. Motivation is based on what's happening around you. Discipline is based on what you build inside you. Discipline says, I'm going to the gym even though I'm exhausted. Discipline says, I'm sticking to the plan even though my friends are out partying. Discipline says, I'm putting in the hours even when nobody's clapping for me. This is the kind of attitude that builds something real, something lasting, something no one can take from you. You don't need more hype. You don't need more speeches. You need to learn how to do the boring stuff well. You need to learn how to stay locked in when there's no reward yet. You need to stop needing a reason to be great. You already know what you need to do. You're just not doing it consistently. And that's the word, consistently. Discipline doesn't work if it's part-time. Discipline isn't something you pull out when it's convenient. It's who you become. So stop waiting for some magical moment where everything feels right. That moment's not coming. Greatness doesn't wait for your feelings to catch up. You have to act your way into the next level, not feel your way into it. Your feelings are luxury. Your future, that's non-negotiable. Discipline gets you there. Discipline builds the life. Discipline turns a maybe into manifestation. Every single day you've got two choices. Do what's easy or do what's necessary. You can sleep in or you can rise up. You can coast or you can climb. You can let your emotions control you or you can let your vision pull you. But only one leads to greatness. Only one creates legacy. And only one builds the kind of life you say you wanted. And it's not motivation, it's discipline. And I know it's hard. I know it hurts. I know it feels lonely sometimes. But that's the cost. That's the price of the dream. Every great thing comes with great cost. But let me ask you this. Whoa, what's the cost of staying where you are? What's the cost of regret? What's the cost of never knowing what you could have been? Because you chose ease over effort. Some of you have been stuck because you're waiting for permission to sacrifice. You're waiting for someone to clap for you. You're waiting for a sign. This is your sign. Let go of what's holding you back. That thing you're scared to lose, that's probably the thing standing between you and everything you want. It's not about what you can do. It's about what you're willing to let go of so you can finally do it. You keep trying to protect your comfort and chase your calling at the same time. And that's why you're torn. That's why it's not clicking. You've got one foot in the old life and one foot in the new one, and you're getting stretched in every direction. But dreams don't live in indecision. You have to go all in. You have to burn the ships. You have to cut the rope and climb the mountain without looking back. It's not sacrifice or success. It's sacrifice then success. And until you're willing to give up who you are for who you want to become, that dream will stay exactly where it is. A wish, not a reality. You say you want success, but the moment it starts to stretch you, the moment it starts to get heavy, the moment you feel like you're breaking, you slow down, my fool. You pull back. You say, this is too much. But success doesn't live in the safe zone. It's not hiding inside your comfort. It doesn't reward people who do just enough to get by. It rewards the ones who keep going when their body says stop, when their mind is screaming quit, when the tank feels empty and they still find a way to move forward. Success doesn't come to the one who shows up on the easy days. It comes to the one who pushes past their limits on the hard ones. Because every single one of us has a limit, mentally, emotionally, physically. That place where we start thinking, I can't do this. That line where we usually stop. That's not your boundary. That's your beginning. That's where the real work starts. That's where the growth kicks in. That's where winners are born. You keep asking for the next level, but you're still operating with old limits. You want the breakthrough, but you don't want to break. You want success, but you don't want to suffer. And that's the problem. You think progress should feel good. You think elevation should feel comfortable. But let me tell you the truth. Growth feels like pain. Expansion feels like pressure. Pushing past your limits feels like hell. But that's how you become who you're meant to be. That's the cost. The reason why most people stay average is because they treat their limits like stop signs. They hit that wall and they back off. They feel resistance and they retreat. They say, I guess this is all I've got. But the great ones, they don't stop at the wall. They don't retreat when it burns. They keep going. They lean in. They press forward when everything in them is telling them to quit. And that's why they win. That's why they separate. You don't find greatness inside your limit. You find it beyond it. You find it on the other side of your breaking point. You find it after the voice in your head says to stop, and you decide to keep going anyway. That's when something shifts. That's when you unlock another level of who you are. Most people never meet that version of themselves because they never push hard enough to find it. They settle. They play safe. They say, this is good enough, and walk away from the greatness that was just one more push away. You got more in you. You've always had more in you. But you've been living inside boundaries you created years ago. Limits someone else put on you. A definition of effort that was based on comfort, not capacity. You're not tired. You're undertrained. You're not done. You're underdeveloped. Your limits are just old rules that no longer apply to who you're becoming. If you want success, real, next level, legacy building success, you're gonna have to go war with your limits. You're gonna have to call yourself out. You're gonna have to stop quitting at 70%, stop coasting at 80%, and start living at 100% effort. Not for one day, not for a week. Every single day, you wake up and you push yourself to go a little further, a little harder, a little deeper. It's in those last few reps when your muscles scream that strength is built. It's in those last few minutes when your legs shake that endurance is forged. It's in those last few moments when your mind wants to give up that your spirit gets stronger. You don't grow by doing what's easy. You grow by doing what's necessary. You grow by doing what's necessary, going past the point where you normally quit. And I'm not just talking about athletes. This is for everyone. This is for the parent who's exhausted but still showing up. The student grinding with no sleep. The dreamer building a vision when nobody believes in them. You've got to push past where it gets hard. Push past where it gets quiet. Push past where your old self would have stopped. Because that's where the new you is waiting. There's a whole other level of life on the other side of your excuses, on the other side of your pain, on the other side of your doubt. But you'll never see it if you keep stopping at the same place every time. If you want what you've never had, you've got to become someone you've never been. And that version of you is only born through pressure. You can't microwave mastery. You can't download discipline. You can't fake next level. You got to earn it every rep, every early morning, every late night. Every moment you feel like giving up, but you choose to stay in it anyway. That's where success is made. So stop trying to find the shortcut. Stop looking for the easy way. Stop waiting for it to feel right. Hold yourself, dare yourself, go past your limits. Because on the other side of pain is power. On the other side of tired is transformation. On the other side of pressure is purpose. Success is not waiting for you at the starting line. It's waiting for you at the edge of your comfort, at the edge of your ability, at the edge of your belief. The only way to reach it is to push. You say you want success. You talk like you want it. You post like you want it. You dream about it. But when it starts getting uncomfortable, you pull back. When it starts burning, when it gets heavy, when your heart's pounding and your legs are shaking, you slow down. And that's the problem. You want success, but you don't want to go past your limits to get it. You want the results, but you're not willing to suffer for them. You want the crown, but not the climb. You want the top, but you keep quitting at the middle. You don't get greatness by stopping where it hurts. You don't build strength by quitting when you're tired. You build it when you keep going past the point where most people give up. That's the secret. The next level doesn't start when you're feeling good. The next level starts when your body says stop and your mind says no. And you dig deep and find something inside you that says keep going. Most people live their whole lives inside a box. They stay within the limits they've accepted. Physical limits, mental limits, emotional limits. They hit a wall and they say, oh, that's it. That's all I've got. But the great ones, they don't stop at the wall. They climb over it. They run through it. They live for that moment when it hurts the most because they know that's the only place where growth happens. You want success? You better be willing to go there. Your body will lie to you. Your mind will lie to you. They'll say, you're done. They'll say, you can't take anymore. But guess what? You've got more. You've always had more. But you've been living life stuck at 60%, 70%. You've been pulling back just when you were about to break through. You don't even know what your limit is because you've never gone far enough to find it. And success, it lives beyond that point. Let me break it down for you. That last rep in the gym when your arms are burning. That last lap when your lungs are screaming. That last hour of study when your brain is fried.